Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Welcome to Dr. KS Academy. I'm Engineer Muhammad Tayyib Ejaz. Today we will discuss about what is duration, what are types of duration, how to estimate duration, and how to assign duration to activities in Primavera. What is duration? In Primavera, basically duration is total time to complete an activity from its start to finish. That how much time does an activity take to complete? So what are different types of duration? First of all is original duration. Original duration is the duration which you estimate. How you estimate we will discuss in next slide. Then the remaining duration is the duration which is remaining. Means that for example you have excavation and you have to done in 5 days from 1 October to 5 October, and you start this activity on 1 October, then on 3rd October you check how many days the remaining duration of this activity. So we have two more days, 4 and 5 October. So this is called remaining duration, that how much it more takes to complete this activity. Then third is actual duration. First of all, you estimate that this activity takes this much time. You estimate and you say that the excavation will take 5 days. Okay, this is your original duration before the excavation started. You give plan, and the on your plan the activity will start. But in reality, not everything goes with your project plan. Maybe there is a chance of risk, maybe there is chance of some other issue. So it takes 7 days. When it is excavated, the excavation takes 7 days. So you assume that it takes 5 days. This is called original duration. Then when it excavated, when the project execute, it takes 7 days. So 7 days we call is actual duration, that actually how much days it take to complete this activity. Now, how to estimate activity duration? We discussed that original duration, how to estimate it. More than three, four, five types that we can estimate duration, activity duration. First one is expert judgment. Someone has 10 to 25 years, 30 years experience in planning, then he can assume that this much time this activity will take. So he has a lot of knowledge and experience, so he can assign a duration to the activity. Next one is analogous estimation. Means that you have done similar project or similar activity, that type of activity in other project and in the same area. So you can estimate that when I execute this project, some other project, for example excavation of this building of 1000 square feet takes 10 days. So you estimate that this building also take 10 days or 11 days. So this is called analogous estimating. Now third comes parametric estimating, which we use in the planning mostly, that you simply multiply the quantity of work with the productivity rate, or you divide the total quantity by productivity rate, which we will discuss in next slide, that how to estimate activity duration. Also we have a Delphi technique. For example, we have some new activity which has not been done yet. So a Delphi technique is used to find the duration of this activity. Let's come to part 3-point estimating. In planning, we have in scheduling, we have two methods in scheduling, PERT and CPM. So in PERT, when we estimate duration, we go through this 3-point estimating. What is 3-point estimating? We basically use probability in this estimation, in estimating the duration of activity, what we assume that we take an activity and calculate its optimistic time. That, for example, there is no risk, there is no issue in your project. So, how much it takes to complete this activity? For example, your excavation, no risk, no hurdles in the project. So it takes 4 days. So we called it as optimistic time is 4 days. Now pessimistic time, the worst scenario, that means that there is something rain in the project when the execution start, some other risk delays. So when it comes, we say that for example pessimistic time is 12 days. So we assume optimistic is 4 days. When there is no hurdle, pessimistic is 12 days. Also the third one is most likely. Most likely time is basically uh, somehow favorable condition. We can say that there is some risk and there is some favor to us. So how we will calculate? We call it, for example, in between optimistic and pessimistic time. So we call it as for example 8 days. Let's suppose 8 days. So optimistic is 4 days and pessimistic is 12 days and most likely is 8 days. So we simply use this formula that optimistic plus 4 time most likely plus pessimistic divided by 6. So 4 plus 12 plus 4 time 8 divided by 6. So our activity duration will be 8 days. So in this way, in part, we estimate the activity duration. We use it in the activities or in the projects which is mostly complex projects, which are not usually like other projects, high-rise building or other. They are somehow complex. So we use this technique. So how to estimate activity duration? As we discussed in parametric estimation that we use productivity. So calculate duration, we have total work quantity, we divide it productivity rates, then the duration, we can calculate duration. In this example, we have 50 cubic meter of concrete to be poured and the productivity is 50 meter cube per day, means that we can done only 50 cubic meter per day concreting. So the duration will be 500. This is the total quantity divided by productivity. So this activity means that you have to done concreting. So it takes 10 days. So the second way is that we have 500 meter cube total quantity and the productivity of a crew is 20 meter cube per day. Means that for executing an activity, we have a crew. We are done RCC, reinforced cement concrete. We need steel fixer. We need skilled labor. We require helpers. So this is a crew. So this productivity of this crew is 20 meter cube per day. So what we do, that 500 divided by 20, which gives 25 days. If we use one crew, we require 25 days. It's up to us that how much labor, how much man hours, how much crew we will assign to this activity. For example, we use one crew, so the activity duration is 25 days. If we use 5 crews, so how much the activity duration is? 5 days. So it is basically up to you that where you assign your resources. Either you have to longer duration or shorter duration. If you have to complete your work in a short period of time, you have to assign more resources. So in this way you can adjust your duration according to your situation.